Okay, hello everybody and welcome to System Test 2. This is going to be the second test of the Firelight Model MS9200 addressable fire alarm system. So the panel obviously is an MS9200, the original version of the MS9200. Going up for the devices, we have a smoke detector. This is a Firelight addressable smoke detector that is compatible with this panel. You can see it polling. Coming down here, we have a Firelight addressable monitor module that is monitoring this conventional key station. This is normally used for a duct detector test switch, but I have it just wired as a regular test switch for the alarm. The LED is not wired up. On the left of that, we have a conventional Simplex 2099-9795 pull station. Well, it used to be addressable for Simplex systems, but I converted it to conventional. And behind in the junction box is a mini monitor module that's monitoring that. To the right of the smoke detector, we have the System Sensor Spectre Alert Advanced remote strobe version. This is just a remote strobe. Going across to the other side of the room, we can see we have wire that's running all the way over here, and it comes down to a System Sensor Spectre Alert Advanced horn strobe with electrical tape over it because it is very loud, on its own back box. That's on the proper back box for this type of alarm, as you can see. Nice and clearly there. And then coming down, we have another Simplex 2099-9795 converted to conventional with a mini monitor module in the back that's monitoring that. Coming out, we have a wire that goes down to the basement. So let's take a walk down to the basement and we will check out what we have down there. Coming down over to the basement steps here. Alright, so coming downstairs, the first thing we notice is we have a Firelight. This is a dual input-output module. It has two monitor inputs and it has two relay outputs. The relay outputs are not being used, and there's only one monitor input that's being used. So starting with this, we have a wire that comes out and it goes over, comes down this beam, and it comes to another test switch. It's its own test switch mounted to its own junction box with its own set of keys. Now what this is for, it's another test switch, but I have it programmed. I have that monitor module programmed for this to be a auto-resettable supervisory. Now the reason it's programmed that way is I have this set up on the panel so that my father, if he needs me down here to do something for us, and just to make it convenient for me to come down, all he has to do is flip the switch and I'll know up on the panel upstairs to come down. It's like basically being used as an intercom almost, as a call switch. So that's what that's there for. As of right now, that's the only function that module serves. And that's the SLC feed to it, by the way, that comes from over there. I probably should have started over here at this junction box. I still have to get a box cover for it, but this is where the wire comes through the floor, and it comes over into this junction box, and that's the SLC feed. There's no NAC down here yet, just an SLC, so that monitor module over there, that's the wire going to it for the SLC. So the other thing we have hooked up to the system is we have another smoke detector. This is the same model as the one upstairs. You can see it polling. So we have a smoke detector in the basement. But we also, you notice, we have a wire coming out of the junction box. It's going this way. And it's going into our garage. And it's probably pretty cold in here right now, but let me see if I can open this up. And just for a second, we'll peek out here. And it leads out. It comes through right here, and it's stapled up into the rafters here, and it leads over to another smoke detector that actually came out of a duct detector unit. So we have a third smoke detector out here. We have one in the garage now. So that's nice that we have that level of protection. I'm going to lock this back up. All right. So now that you've seen all the devices, we're going to go ahead and get started with the test. The first thing we'll do is we'll demonstrate the supervisory. So we'll turn this on. This light's not wired up. You see this monitor module went into alarm, and I don't know if you can hear it. Well, we'll run upstairs real quick and I'll show you the panel in Supervisory. We have an active Supervisory. It says Dad Basement. And it's blinking there. Alright, so we'll go clear the Supervisory and then we'll do the first test. So this Supervisory is auto resetting. So we'll flip the switch back to off and you'll watch the monitor module reset. There, back to normal. So now we'll go upstairs and we'll get the first test started. I don't know if I'm going to do all the devices on it yet for today, all the devices on the system, but we'll see. So, we're going to start off by doing the pull station. We're going to do this one over here. So let me grab my keys, get my B key. Alright. So let's do the Simplex pull station. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. If I didn't mention it already, the panel is coded to code 3. We have a fire alarm. It says alarm pull box bedroom. So we'll open the panel up. Acknowledge. And silence. So here's the inside of the panel, and we have silenced the alarm. So now we're going to do this one. So we're going to actually go ahead and pull this one right now. Here we go. Silence. Okay, the alarm has been silenced. So we're going to go ahead and reset the pull station using the Simplex B key. Pull station's been reset. And we'll go ahead and do a, let's do the key switch. And you'll see this monitor module will activate for that. So, here we go. Do the key switch. Acknowledge. Silence. And we'll demonstrate a system reset. Okay, system's back to normal. So we've done all the devices up here except for the detector. So now we're going to grab a speaker magnet and we're going to demonstrate the smoke detector. So let's see how long it takes to activate it. I don't have any canned smoke right now, so I'm just doing a test. And there we go. So it says alarm smoke detector, and I have it say bedroom. So now we'll go back down to the basement, and we will do the detector down there. I'm just doing a quick test. I figured it would be time to do one with the alarm hooked up, and you guys have been wanting to see a test done. And the other interesting thing is this control module, or I'm sorry, the relay portion of this dual input-output module, the relays change state when the panel's in alarm. You can see the control LEDs aren't flashing, the relay LEDs aren't flashing, so these relays click and change state when the panel goes into alarm, and it goes back to normal once the panel's reset. So we'll see if we can magnet test this one. Sometimes they take a minute. Any day now. Come on. See, there's the magnet test point right there. Sorry the camera's so shaky. I'm trying to hold it still. Any year now, it should activate. Come on. Normally this works after about a minute holding it here. Oh, I am so sorry about that. We're gonna go back upstairs for right now because for some reason that one is giving me some trouble. So I figured we'll come back upstairs here and I'll show you the panel a little bit more. And then maybe in a couple minutes we'll go back down and try that one again. So just for the heck of it, even though I don't need to, we'll do a system reset. And talk about this panel a little bit. So this panel, it's an addressable fire alarm control panel. It's the original version of the MS9200. And I think it's a pretty good panel. It's a good panel to start out with. You can see I have my wiring coming in. I don't think I showed that. The SLC, as you can see right there, I have it wired as Class B. And then there's the only NAC we're using right now, Bell number 1. And I think that's about it for up here because I did all these devices already. But I guess we'll go downstairs now and try out that smoke detector again. I don't know why it gave me so much trouble, but normally it activates after about a minute or so of holding the magnet on there. So let's try it again. As you can see, the relays now have changed state back to normal as the panel's been reset. So you might hear those click if I get this to go off. I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, so let's try again. Up there it goes. I don't know if you heard the relays click or not, but see, they've changed state again. And that time it worked. I don't know why the first time it gave me so much trouble, but I do know that as far as I know, there's no exception to activating multiple smoke detectors while the panel's in alarm, so I don't think that had anything to do with it. See, smoke detector basement, so I have it all programmed. Been silenced. Reset. Alright, now we're back to normal. So, I think that's about it. I guess one other thing I can show you is the programming. We can show you if we enter programming. Well, actually, we can do read status, and then we can do a point. So if we do, let's do Detector 03. That's the monitor. I think the detector was programmed as number 3. See, so Detector 03. Not installed. Or no, I'm sorry, that would be Detector 1. I can't remember what that detector was programmed as. Let's see. There it is. 0.4, and it says it's normal. So you can also monitor your different points by doing that. And then if you enter programming mode, which will enter the password, it's just the default. Hit enter. You can see we can change the password, we can clear the memory, we can program the system, we can program individual points, and we can load programming from a computer. So if we go to System, it allows us to change the coding. We can do March time, California code, and code 3 or temporal, but I have it set to no coding because the alarms code themselves. And you can see we're in trouble because we're in programming mode. So we'll enter or exit programming mode. And I think that concludes this video. I just wanted to do a quick system test. I know today it might have been a little bit more choppy than what future videos will hold because it's the first time trying out this camera, messing with the focus a little bit, and trying to test some devices. So I hope you guys enjoyed this system test, and thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment below, like, subscribe, do all that jazz, and I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for more content in the future. Have a nice day, everybody.